Hey everybody, this is Joseph Pasek, and welcome back to the Fired Up Network. Welcome to NFL Blitz for a Friday. Yes, a Friday opening weekend. The game's going to be played in Brazil. We got the broadcasting legend Storm and Norman Rumack back. By the way, he picked the Philadelphia Eagles. I won't reveal what happened, but check back the other show that we did, the NFL Blitz season opening game. But here we are in Brazil. All right, Norm, in Brazil, Kansas
Mhm.
City and the LA Chargers. And boy, do the Chargers and Harbaugh, if they want to be a different team, they get a victory, and everybody's talking about the Chargers, and everybody will be talking about Kansas City. But let's talk before we talk about the game. All right, Norm. I know you had six ex-wives. You went ring shopping. Travis Kelsey's ring is apparently worth $555,000. And I asked, well, I'm going to say potentially my fiance about the ring, and she did not like it. She did not like it. Now, did you see
Really?
the ring?
No.
The ring is terrible. I'm going to be
Really?
honest with you. It's not a ring that I will buy anybody. And I talked to my good friends, my good friend Joe Ben Schluge, my other good friend Skylar Corman, my other good friend Cohen Eric. They don't like the ring at all. All right. So I
Really?
don't know what he's doing, but, Kelsey, and I have heard, and I'm going to say this right now, they win, they lose this season. I heard Travis Kelsey will be retiring because he's working on Kelsey Swift's babies. All right, so
Uh,
that's. And by the way, before yesterday, I mentioned we're gonna have a special guest for the all the Week 1 games, and this guy is a two-time Emmy Award winner for ESPN. His name is Mark Everett Kelly, and he'll be doing on the weekend games here on the Fired Up Network. And sooner or later, I'm going to team up Norm with Mark Everett Kelly. And honestly, I'm not biased. Norm is a great commentator, broadcaster, and all that. But this guy, Mark Everett Kelly, two-time Emmy Award winner for ESPN. Also, don't forget, we got John Freeman Nelson, who has won many awards in Atlanta, part of Fired Up Network. So throughout the season, NFL, we're going to have great guys, Philip Wilson, Norm's buddy from,
Indianapolis.
Indianapolis, and Randy Cross, my good friend, and hopefully we got the sack master himself, Bruce Smith, on. But let's talk about Brazil today. I don't know how the weather's in Brazil. Okay, I'm not looking at the weather. I'm looking at you know I'm looking at the beach. I'm looking at the girls. I'm looking at everything. You may look at the ring. You may look at Travis Kelsey. You may look at Pat Mahomes. You may look at Herbert. Who do you call in this one? Because if LA Chargers want to prove that there's something, they not only win, they really put it to Pat Mahomes. Do you think that's going to happen?
No. No. I think. Pardon me, borrowing the term. Actually, you won't mind. You'll like it. I think Pat Mahomes and Travis Kelsey will be fired up. Joe, how do you like that? I think they'll be
No, I don't
fired
like
up.
Travis Kelsey and Mahomes being fired up. They'll be fired down. Don't use my network to fire up Kansas City. That's the number one adversary for the Buffalo Bills. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, but you got to be fired up to play football, Joe. Just like you got to be
No, you don't
fired up
have
to
to be
play.
fired up. They've been fired up for like 7 years. They throw Buffalo out of contention every other year. I need them. I need them to be reading something like Spanish newspapers or something like that. You know?
Well, I think after their loss in the Super Bowl, they'll be especially fired up. Don't you think so, Joe?
Yeah,
And
they lost the Super Bowl, but this year I'm going on the limb here. You picked your Buffalo Detroit Super Bowl. Kansas City will not, will not, will not be going to the Super Bowl this season, and you could bet your house on it. If I'm wrong, I will shave Norm Rumack's head completely bald. All right. If I'm wrong, I will shave. I'm that confident, Norm. You don't have to worry. I'm that confident. Kansas
right.
City will not be going to the Super Bowl this year.
Well, I'll tell you. Well, I'll. Okay, I don't know about the Super Bowl, but I think they're going to be. You don't like the term "fired up." they're going to be revved up or whatever. They're
That's
going to be looking to avenge their loss in the Super Bowl. So Kansas City ain't going to be any pushover. You were saying Kelsey might retire after this year so he can work on a family with Taylor. So if it's going to be his final year, I'm sure he's going to want to go out, on top. And so I'm looking for something special from Kansas City. Even if they don't make it to the Super Bowl, it's going to be a hard-fought game. They've got great players. They've got Andy Reid is one of the best coaches ever in the National Football League. I'm sure you'd agree with that. And to me, I'd like to know what the over-under is on how many shots are we going to see on TV of Taylor Swift. That's what I want to know is how many, now that she's engaged to Travis, how many shots are they going to show from the private suite of her cheering or whatever?
I say 60, and probably 60, still 60 less than than it will be there. But what about the Chargers? You think the Chargers? You're saying Kansas City will win, but you think they put up a good fight, and you think they'll have a good season to make the playoffs at least?
Well, I think they're good enough on paper, and they're well coached to make the playoffs. So they stay healthy. I could see it being a good game, and a good game. Put it this way: if the Chargers finish in within 10 points, I would pick Kansas City to win by a margin of 10 points, and which I think is still, it's a reasonably close game, and that means it would probably go down to the last couple minutes of the fourth quarter, and maybe like a touchdown separating the two teams ends up with a Kansas City field goal to finish it off. So Kansas City isn't going far away anytime soon. They're still a great team, right? And you don't a team that's been to the Super Bowl like they have as many times recently. I mean, they're a dynasty. Let's be honest about it. They are a dynasty, right?
Yeah. And if they won a one or two more, people will be talking already about Pat Mahomes, maybe even better than Brady if they won those two Super Bowls. But we actually have a comment here, and this is apropos here. Bernie Hertzman wants to know, Norm, great seeing you again. Miss you on the radio. By the way, you could see Norm here at least a couple times a week on the Fired Up Network. But his question, it's a very good one. What's Norm's favorite Taylor Swift song?
Begin Again.
Begin Again?
Yes, Begin Again.
Norm, this is for Avi Ben-Bihi. Shake it off already. Shake it off, okay, Norm?
Oh, that's so good, Joe. How did you ever come up with that?
Yeah, listen. I'm a poet laureate, and I don't even know it. All right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're talking Kansas City beating the Chargers, and the Chargers. You're saying it's a 10-point game. I have a feeling Kansas City may lose this game. I have a feeling if they do win, it's going to be 3 or 4 points. Okay, I have a feeling, and my sister, you can hear it ring. My sister's calling, and she's actually texting right now. She's actually texting Norm Rumac's favorite. By the way, my sister's on the line here right now. Norm, tell my sister what's your Taylor Swift's favorite song?
Begin Again. It's a great song. It's from her, I believe it's from her album Red. I hope I got that right.
All right, my sister, you're on air right now. Did you hear Norm's Taylor Swift's favorite song is Begin Again? What do you think of that, my sister? Hold on. I'm going to try to put you on speakerphone. Say it again. Say it again.
I like that song too, Norm.
She said she likes that song too, Norm.
See, Joe, I know what I'm talking about. I know.
Yeah. Betty, who's going to win?
A very good album, the Red album.
Oh, she was even Red album. Norm,
see, Joe, you should. I was so brokenhearted, Joe. You didn't get me tickets to see Taylor Swift when she was in Toronto for like 6 months.
Actually, I was talking to your friend Eric Cohen, and I was talking to Eric Cohen, your friend, and he was overcharging, so I couldn't get you tickets there also. And you got the album right. But Betty, I got to ask you, me and Norm are doing a show right now. We're previewing the Kansas City and Chargers game in Brazil. Who do you like in that game? Kansas City Chiefs and LA Chargers in Brazil on Friday.
You're asking the wrong person.
Yes. Norm wants to
You're
know.
asking the wrong person.
No. Norm wants to know.
Wins.
Hey, pick Norm's team. Pick Norm's team.
Well, no, you know what we can do? Let Betty pick by the team colors. See which one she likes better. How about that, Joe? How about that, Betty?
Betty says
Chelsea's his team. Is this the right? Is this the right sport?
See, Norm likes Chelsea. Chelsea. Norm likes the Kansas City
Nice pick, but wrong sport, Joe.
Yeah. He likes the Kansas City Chiefs. Him and Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce and all that. By the way, Norm, Betty has just because Betty's scared. He wants, if they do have a baby, will it be a boy or a girl or a quarterback?
I'm not that smart that I can tell you that. So I'm not going to take a chance on that. I'm sure they'll be happy with a healthy baby no matter what. Like everybody.
Norm, tell everybody how they could get a hold of you. And Norm is here throughout the season. And maybe we'll get Betty on February 8th, Super Bowl 60 in Santa Clara, California. Norm has picked my Buffalo Bills to beat Eric's Detroit Lions. All right? And I know, Betty, your pick is the Buffalo Bills as well. Yes, right? Your pick
Buffalo is all the way. Buffalo.
See? No wonder she's my sister.
You've got a very good sister, Joe. You're lucky. She follows your teams and she picks your teams on air. It's good.
Yeah. All right, Norm.
Bring on the Bills.
And she's very upset at Norm because Norm was very good with Darcy Tucker and never introduced Darcy Tucker to Betty. But anyways, Norm, tell everybody how they get a hold of you.
Well, right here on the Fired Up Network, same place where you can find Joe's wonderful sister, Betty. So, but exclusively here on the Fired Up Network, Joe. How do you like that?
All right. Enjoy the game in Brazil and stop looking at the ladies, Norm. Thanks a lot.